Well, thanks to Snowflake, guys, Palantir had the best day percentage-wise since November 2025. Think about that, man. We had an 8% green day today in Palantir, and that's the best day percentage-wise it's had in about 6 months, 7 months. That's insane, and we're almost now completely breaking out again on Palantir, so we have to break down the charts, do an update, go over what I'm looking to do, and we'll break down some other stocks, the indices, as we had a very good day in the market overall. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord. You guys know where the link is down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stockssurefest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers. I got my coffee, of course. How could I not, guys? Cheers. Let's dive into it. So, what a day for Palantir, and it's all thanks to Snowflake, right? And the overall market going up as well. I mean, look at Snowflake go. It held all the gains from after earnings yesterday, which we predicted, right? We saw a crazy move in Snowflake, and I told you guys, look, I think the gains are going to hold, and that's exactly what happened. We actually hit a fresh high on the 5-day, 5-minute today at 245 on Snowflake, and we went up 36.5% on the day. Think about that. Unbelievable. So that obviously brought a lot of optimism into other stocks in the space, Palantir included, and Snowflake broke out today to a fresh, I think, 5-6 month high. Insane, man. And Palantir, pulling up this chart, which will be the focus of this video, obviously, it's now starting to break through ever so slightly these moving averages on the 4-hour chart. And you're noticing on the 1-hour chart, we have a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders that's now forming. And, yesterday, the stock didn't look so great, right? Before Snowflake's earnings, we had a descending triangle. The bears were obviously gaining an edge, right? And then Snowflake came out and had a grand slam report, shooting that stock up. And guys, that's sometimes all it takes to see your competitor report great numbers. Their stock goes up. Sometimes that's all it takes to move your stock, right? In this case, Snowflake is moving Palantir, and it's completely breaking out of this descending triangle on the 1-hour time frame, and we're back over these moving averages as well, and we have a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders. Look at that. Left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, completely breaking out now. And honestly, this has room to go. I think this stock in the short term could be going to 150 based on these charts. You guys see it right here. 150 being the high from right after earnings. Yeah, I think we hit it right after earnings about 3-4 weeks ago, earlier in May. So this is great news, man. And it's not fully breaking out, right? It's not 100% there yet, but we are finally showing some signs of life after being under these moving averages for a couple of weeks on this 4-hour chart. So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Breaking through here, and it's not 100% there yet, obviously, but like we've been saying, I think Palantir, it had its time in the sun last year. Now it's clearly, in the clouds, if you will, right? And I think it's going to have its time in the sun again. And the fact that, again, Snowflake kind of gave us some light on how they're doing, people are like, oh, okay, maybe it's not as bad as we think. Let's buy up some of these other software names. And we're seeing that happen right now. And if you look at the 3-year chart on Palantir, we've nailed this point 100 times. I'll say it again. We still look pretty good, Yeah, we're under this 50 SMA, but we're still maintaining an uptrend, still well above the 180 SMA. There's really no need to freak out, panic here on this drop year to date. It's been overdue, in my opinion, this sell-off after we pretty much 10 to 15x in 12 to 18 months, maybe a little more, 24 months, whatever it was. So at this point, guys, it's starting to happen, in my opinion. Buyers are coming in, and yeah, we could chop around a little bit more, who knows, but this is clearly a buying zone for PLTR. And the fact that we held 120, at least we're holding it as of now, that's ideal, considering last year, you guys remember during the Liberation Day selling, right? Palantir got down, or it peaked rather, at about 120. Let's pull this 3-year chart up and zoom in a little bit. It peaked at about 120, 125, wherever that was. And the fact that we've held that as support over the last couple of weeks, months, and now we're solidifying it with us bouncing off of it, that's a great sign that, yeah, we're getting that buying pressure exactly where we want to see it. Now we just have to wait for the full on break, which again, this could be the start of that. So I'm very excited about it. And, I know I made a video yesterday talking about how this could go lower. That was before Snowflake's earnings and before we got some more clarity around Snowflake, how they're doing. And clearly, again, that's bringing more optimism into Palantir, which could spark a prolonged rally, in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious where your head's at when it comes to PLTR. Are you buying? Are you just holding? Are you selling? Let me know. And I'm just holding right now. But like I've said 100 times, if this thing really starts pushing 150, 55, 60, I think it's going to open up as a great trade. I see this going back towards 175, maybe towards 200 in the shorter term. If we get that momentum we're talking about here, it's not going to happen overnight. But over the coming months, yeah, I think Palantir could be due for something like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So other stocks that ripped today, man, Robinhood. I know I've been talking a lot about Robinhood. You guys are probably sick of me talking about Robinhood, but man, today was the day we've been waiting for. Robinhood completely exploded. 11, almost 12% green day for Robinhood, and it's now completely breaking out of those highs that we talked about in the recent videos. Did I not say $80 to $82? That's a big resistance. We broke right through it like nothing. It was a clean break. I mean, guys, this is insane. Look at Robinhood go. All day it uptrended. And again, on the 20-day chart, you guys see the clean cut break through $80 to $82. That is ideal for the bulls. And I think overall, we're just getting started. You guys know where I think it's going. I've been buying it like a madman every week. I bought a bulk position when the stock dropped after earnings. I bought an initial bulk position at $72. Then I watched it run a little bit, right? It got to 80. I was holding, I was calm, I was chilling, and then it sold off again the last week or two, down back to the mid-low 70s, and guess what? I bought a bunch more. I bought more this week. I bought more last week. And here we are. We're now breaking out, and I'm comfortable with where my position's at, honestly. I don't wish, I wish I bought more. I'm comfortable with where I'm at, and if it pulls back again, hey, I'm willing to buy even more. But for now, I'm holding on, and I think Robinhood now, we have this triangle playing out. I think it's going to get to 90, $92 in the short term. Then if that breaks, oh yeah, you guys know where I think it's going, $100 plus, right? So what do you guys think about Robinhood? Pretty good day overall, very good day. I mean, one of the best days we've had in recent memory. And look, when Robinhood gets hot, it gets hot. Look at how hot it got back in the middle of April. The stock went from $68 to $93 in the span of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 trading days. I mean, this stock can move. So buckle up. It went up 37% in the span of four or 5 trading days. So I love the way Robinhood's setting up. We had a lot of other stocks move, which we'll talk more about maybe in another video. We had Circle up on the day, which you guys know my thoughts on Circle. I think we're due for an even bigger breakout. The cup and handle is looking pretty good. We actually have a cup and handle within the cup and handle, and I think Circle could get back towards 120, 125, 130, maybe higher, right? So I like the way that's setting up. We had XNET, one of my more speculative stocks, that did well today, around 7% in the green. They just reported earnings, very good earnings, and I think it's only a matter of time before XNET ends up breaking out. We're almost there. So yeah, what a day, man. Q's 0.8%, almost hit all-time highs. I think we're almost about $2 away. So Q's had a great day. SPY had a great day. That actually hit all-time highs at 756. SPY went up over 0.5% on the day. The Russell, same thing. And the Dow barely had a green day. But look, it's pretty much right at all-time highs. So what more can you ask for, right? What more could you ask for, guys? So yeah, that's a quick rundown on Palantir. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe, hit that follow button. I appreciate all your support as always, and join my Patreon if you guys want to see in real time when I'm buying stocks like Robinhood, Lamb Research, all these stocks that we've been making money on, right? Check out the links down below. There's also a private Discord in the Patreon. It's a no-brainer. Check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys in there or in the next video. Peace out.